What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Masterlise Raditz from Ichiban Kuji, Dragon Ball vs. Omnibus. Amazing.
Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey.
This figure is based on Raditz from Dragon Ball Z. The figure seems based on the cover chapter illustration of Raditz from Dragon Ball Z Chapter 2. This is an Ichiban Kuji release, and if you'd like to learn more about Ichiban Kuji, please watch the video in my description below once you finish this one. The Ichiban Kuji set consists of Goku and Gohan, Raditz, Gohan, Piccolo and Gohan, Super Vegeta, and Semi-Perfect Cell as the last one prize. This figure sells for an average price of $65 on the market. If you're interested in buying the figure for cheap, then use my discount code Peaches24 at bashmancollectibles.com to get 10% off of your first order and 5% off of every future order afterwards. This figure was released on May 24th, 2024, along with the rest of the Ichiban Kuji set. Raditz stands at about 10 inches tall, weighs 2 pounds 8.7 ounces in box, weighs 1 pound 15.3 ounces on his own, and the figure comes whole with his support. The time has finally come. Raditz is here. Everyone is no longer Saditz. We are Raditz. Shout out to Gun Gun, first in the comments. Let us dive right into Raditz. I don't think he really needs much more of an introduction than that. It's Raditz, man. We have been begging and asking for Raditz, if not before, but definitely after the super decisive battle Ichiban Kuji came out that featured Vegeta and Nappa from the Saiyan arc, Cyberman, Kid Gohan, Kaioken x3 Goku. For a while we're like, where's Raditz? Like, Raditz completes the Saiyan trio, and everyone had the same idea. As soon as they got this figure, they paired him up with Vegeta and Nappa and took photos and everything. We've been really wanting Raditz. He's the guy that shows up at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, introduces the idea of Saiyans. He's Goku's brother. I know he doesn't stick around for very long, but he's still super cool. Awesome design, cool idea for a character, and a great way to introduce, a new world to Dragon Ball. So he's super iconic. I'm glad he's here, and the character choice is easily a 5 out of 5. Our very first Raditz. He doesn't get a lot of figures in general, so it's awesome to see something like this, especially within my favorite type of figure series, Masterlise. His likeness is also incredible. They really went with that more early Toriyama style of design. So he has a little bit more of the rounded eyes. His scouter, and I've heard some people say oh, the scouter looks a little big on his face. It is big, but it looks really good, especially if you look at him head on from the front. It perfectly covers his eyes, or his one eye, as it should. So I think his likeness looks really good. You get a little bit of details around there too, like the lines above his eyebrows, how they painted his eyebrows, just to, that lovely Toriyama style. He's got a little bit of those little lines that go down his face instead of across his face, which is really nice. Great attention to detail there. He looks magnificent, looks exactly like the manga cover, and I'm going to give the likeness a 5 out of 5 for sure. Sculpt quality is pretty incredible. I think some people were worried that they were reusing the Turles sculpt from History of the Film. There could be some assets that were reused there, but I really don't think so. This looks completely new. His legs are different. The design for everything is wildly different, so I don't think there's an issue there. His Scouter is translucent, just like the other Scouter wearing figures. His hair sculpt is freaking phenomenal, dude. It looks so good. This has to be one of the best for like these long-haired Saiyan figures, dude. It just looks so good. Like just holding on to it, it's like nice and beefy. Just really nice to go along with a Raditz figure. I think everything about his sculpt is perfect. I'm going to give that a 5 out of 5. Paint and shading is magnificent. I love that when they do these armored figures, they usually do like a little bit more of a matte finish for like the plates and the armor itself. And you can see that on full display here. His brown plates definitely have shading on them. Even the black part, his chest piece has blue and blacks mixed in there. His skin has a good amount of shading on it too. So I think the only spot that he really just doesn't have any like shading applied is the Scouter and the hair, which you don't really need for something like that. So I'm loving the way this thing looks. Paint and shading's a 5 out of 5. Now, let us talk about the area that most people had issue with, which is his size. I'm going to agree up to a point that he is too small. I would say he needed literally just a half inch, and he would be the perfect size. Because Raditz isn't like this huge character like Nappa, but he should be taller than most Goku figures. I think he's about the same height as most Masterlise Goku figures, besides the one in this set. I did have some thoughts on the size of that one. You can watch that review. It's from yesterday. But he should be a little bit taller, just by a half inch. A half inch makes a world of difference in these figures, just like the Goku and Gohan in this set. So if he was 10.5 to 11 inches, I think he would be the perfect size, which does bring into the conversation like Nappa. Nappa should maybe also be a half inch to an inch taller, the way his figure is, but he's already like 10.5 inches and he's crouched down, so maybe not. I think that would have been nice for them to be a little more leveled out like that, but it's really just a nitpick at the end of the day. This isn't like King Cold, where he's egregiously short. Like King Cold is, I think, 10.5 inches, which is like, I look at that figure, I'm like, that's the size that Raditz should have been. Literally just a half inch taller. But yeah, I'm not going to complain too much. He is still a great size for a figure. Like, he's still big. He's just not quite as big as he should be, just by a little smidge. So I'm going to give size and scale a 4 out of 5. It's not the end of the world. I think he is still a fantastic size and scales pretty well with everybody. He just looks a little short, especially next to the Goku that's in this same set. But yeah, guys, I think this figure is a must-have. We don't get a lot of Raditz figures. If you're a fan of Raditz, definitely pick them up. If you like getting valuable Ichiban Kuji figures, I think this is going to be one of the more valuable Masterlise figures way in the future. But he's just magnificent. Definitely worth the pickup, and I'm going to walk away and give him a 4.5 out of 5. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.